What is up, you guys? I just thought I would pop in and share a little bit about meal prep because Sunday is usually my day to really just set aside some time and prep out my meals, prep out some food, some snacks to get me through the week while staying on point with my nutrition to help me get towards my goals. Honestly, I'm very much a hack when it comes to meal prep. I say that all the time, but it's absolutely true. So I'm just gonna share some things with you guys that I do to make meal prep simple. So first things first, I'm gonna share some tools that I use and some products that I think really help simplify the whole meal prep process because being a hack in the meal prep department and being somebody that's cheap as fuck, somebody that doesn't have a lot of time, I feel like these things are super helpful for anybody else that's kind of in the same boat as me. So number one would be how I cook my proteins. I will cook all of my proteins for my lunches and my meats ahead of time, typically my meats, at least in regards to my chicken. I used to do this using a New Wave oven, but recently my favorite product for cooking my proteins is a Ninja grill. I can show you guys that right here. Literally, so I know it looks kind of big, especially if you don't have a lot of counter space, but this shit is absolutely worth the investment, the financial aspect of it. So I'm pretty sure it was $100 something dollars, but like I said, it's absolutely worth it because I can cook 8 chicken breasts at a time in 10 minutes. 10 minutes? Are you kidding me? It probably takes me an hour, if that, total for prepping every single meal for my lunches during the week. Sorry, not every single meal of the week. Every single lunch that I'm going to bring to work for the week and all of my protein sources for my dinners. It literally takes an hour or less. It doesn't have to be this monstrosity amount of time that you're carving out for meal prep because I know that time is a lot of people's issues when it comes to prioritizing meal prep. So the Ninja grill absolutely, I think, is a worthy investment. Like I said, I cook 8 chicken breasts at a time in 10 minutes. So something that goes along with that. While I'm cooking my chicken in the Ninja grill, I kind of do multitasking. So I try to do as many things as possible within the same time frame. So while I've got my chicken going, that's going to take me about 10 minutes. I'll also cook my rice. So I use these rice packets because pretty much for me, while I'm also trying to save time, I'm trying to save money. So certain aspects of my meal prep, I'm going to think about in my head, is it worth it to spend the time or is it worth it to spend the money? So these rice packets are, I guess, more expensive per portion as opposed to cooking your rice from a box and dividing it out. However, thinking about, do I want to spend the time or do I want to spend the money? Yeah, I'm going to pay $1 per packet because these literally cook in a minute and a half. As opposed to cooking rice on the stove, I burn it every single time I try, just being flat out honest. And it just takes a lot less thinking from me if I'm using a rice packet instead of cooking it from a box. So like I said, I'll have the chicken going in the Ninja grill, literally takes 10 minutes. In that amount of time, I can cook 2 or 3 packets of this rice that will supply me all of my lunches for the week and give me rice to put in a little storage container in my fridge for dinners during the week. So just kind of going back to the initial point of the fact, meal prep often gets so overcomplicated. It's literally leftovers. If you have ever eaten leftovers in your life, you have meal prepped unintentionally. So the difference being you're planning ahead. You're just making a surplus of the foods that you eat on a daily basis. For me, I'm very much so a basic person. I don't need a lot of variety in my day-to-day. I can eat the same breakfast and lunch and dinner if I love it. And honestly, most people are actually like this. They just are thinking about it in a different way. So if you're somebody that says they could eat pizza every single day and never get sick of it, or cheeseburgers or fries or brownies or cookies or whatever that food food groups or whatever the foods are that you feel like you could eat every single day, there's a reason for that. It's because you love those foods. How can you make healthy foods that you love? That's the question. And when you can do that, then you can literally eat the same foods and never get sick of it because you love it so much. Like, I like, not to go off on a tangent here a little bit, but like, that is how I feel about every single meal. Like, I look forward to my lunch every single day because it's something that I love. And so just thought I would share that little tip for you to get you thinking about what healthy foods you do like and how you can incorporate those into your day. That'll help you define a grocery list for yourself and make meal prep so much simpler because you will have foods in mind that you will need to prep for your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, whatever it is for you. Now, personally, for me, I do not prep every single meal. Like, I do not assemble all of them because I feel very robotic and boring if I start to do that. Even when I was in prep, I always left dinner up to my discretion. So I would prepare my own breakfast every single day. I have my lunches prepped and ready to go. Like, those are assembled so that I can grab them and go. Same things with my snacks. But then dinner, I leave up to what I'm feeling. I'll have a certain amount of proteins, carbs, and fats at the end of the day that I need to fulfill those needs. And I will just assemble a meal based on that. So I think to myself, okay, what do I want my protein source to be? And I've got chicken already cooked in the fridge and chopped up, or pork, or beef, or chicken thighs, venison, whatever protein sources it is that I want to have for my dinners during the week, whatever it is that I like, it's already there. So when I come home from work, it's already cooked. All I have to do is put it on my plate in the portion that I need to fulfill my needs and heat it up. And it's done. That way I don't have to come home from work when I'm tired and my willpower has probably really depleted at that point, and then think about what I'm going to have, what I'm going to make. You know, it's already done for me. So that's something that I think is really super helpful. I do this same thing in regards to assembling my dinners. I have carbohydrate sources already prepped, already ready to go in the fridge, but they are not assembled. So I will think to myself, okay, I want to have chicken and potatoes tonight. So the potatoes are already cooked in the fridge. That way, just like the chicken, all I have to do is put it on a plate and heat it up and it's done. I'll do the same thing with rice. So the rice that I'll cook for my lunches, I'll have extra of it and it's in the fridge. So if I want to stir fry, I'll use some of that rice. And you can do this with whatever foods that you like. So that's just kind of how I approach meal prep in regards to keeping it not boring, not mundane, even though I do tend to eat the same foods. Really the assembly of the food and actually cooking the food is what helps me to stay adherent in regards to in enjoying my meals, because I am somebody that likes to cook. I find joy in that, and if all of my meals are already set and ready for me to go, I just feel like part of me is missing. So that's kind of how I do it. And then, so currently I have the same lunch every day. As I said, I actually have the recipe to this lunch that I eat in the highlights in the recipe section on my profile if you want to check it out. Basically, it's assembly of proteins, carbs, and fats. It's chicken, rice, hot sauce, some sauteed spinach and onions, and avocado. And something that's really been helping me lately is freezing my meal prep. So if I know that I've got like a lot more time than I might actually have like next week, it like, I don't know why this just dawned on me, but like I just started doing this. So like I will cook a massive amount of chicken. So like, let's say if I can cook 8 chicken breasts in my Ninja at one time, if I've got more time available, I'll do it twice. Because the reason being, I can chop it all up and freeze it, and then I will have some available for this week's lunches and next week's lunches, just in case I didn't have enough time set aside to cook a whole nother batch of chicken and do the whole shebang. Does that make sense? So I've been doing that with my chicken. I can also freeze avocados. Something that I recently discovered. So I will buy a couple extra avocados when they're on sale. And then once they're ripe, like I will chop them up from there and freeze them. And then that way, when I want to create my meals for the next time I meal prep, I literally just have to put the avocados in the microwave a little bit, make them like not completely frozen solid, and then I'm ready to go. You can freeze spinach, you can freeze onions, asparagus. You could literally freeze so much food. That way, when it's on sale, you can just freeze it and then do the rest later. So that's something that really helps me. And then also like prepping like your fruits and your vegetables in advance. So while I have my chicken cooking that 10 minutes that it's going to take in the Ninja, I've got the rice going in the microwave, and then I start to get out my fruits and my vegetables. I will cut up all of my strawberries because I am much more likely to eat my strawberries if they're cut up and washed. This is a trick that I do for my family too. I've noticed every single time I buy fruits and vegetables for my family, they don't eat them unless I cut them up. So this is like a huge trick that I'll usually use in the summer for my family, cutting up strawberries and having them just in a storage container in the fridge. You could also do this with watermelon, pineapple, whatever it is, sort of fruit that requires preparation. It's a really great time to do that. And then I will cut up, like I will slice up mushrooms, onions, and I'll cut the bottoms off of my asparagus. I might separate my broccoli, if you buy like a whole raw head of broccoli instead of the frozen versions. Just stuff like that, taking the time that you need to just prepare your food. That way when you need to, in a pinch, when you're throwing your dinner together at night, when you're tired and you're hungry, you have healthy options available in your fridge, and you don't need to stop at fast food on the way home or just throw some shitty pasta together that you feel like shit after and it doesn't coincide with your goals. So that is extremely helpful, and it will honestly save you so much time if you literally just carve out an hour to put some sort of effort into the preparation of your meals. You will honestly save yourself so much time during the week and save yourself a lot of money, because when you're preparing your own meals in advance, you're not buying food from the cafeteria, you're not stopping for food out at a restaurant, you're not ordering in. That's going to save you a ton of money. And then also when you're preparing it yourself and you're not buying pre-prepared meals like at Wegmans or whatever store it is that you shop at, those are freaking expensive. I literally looked at a salad today that didn't even have any other protein sources in it than a hard-boiled egg, and it was $8. $8? Oh my God, I could buy the entire shelf of lettuce for $8. Are you kidding me? So like, meal prep literally saves you so much money than you would even freaking think about. Literally just comes down to prioritizing. Take an hour. If you can only do an hour, if you can only do 30 minutes at a time, do whatever you can in that amount of time, and you'll honestly, you'll be thriving. So along with the Ninja that I told you guys about, the Ninja Grill, that's a serious time saver for your meal prep. And then also I wanted to share some other products that I love. So seasoning, the seasoning department, if you know how to season your food, it's gonna taste bomb. People get bored of chicken, broccoli, rice, whatever. I probably would too, but seasoning is the game changer. And by the way, I don't eat chicken, broccoli, and rice for every meal. I would fucking die. So like I said before, think about the foods that you like, think about the healthy foods that you like, and how you can assemble them to reach your goals, to feel your best, to eat healthy, and to just have some sort of preparation done for yourself in advance, so you don't feel like every single day you're flying off the handle, making unhealthy choices, making spur of the moment decisions because you fucked yourself over and didn't prepare your meals. Because like I said, meal prep is literally just making a surplus of food, aka leftovers. If you ever had leftovers in your life, you've meal prepped. Okay. Anyways, so seasoning. These seasonings I really love. They're from Flavor God. Literally, they're $2 a bottle. So if you go to the store normally, I know all these seasonings are very cheap. They're probably 50 cents per seasoning canister. But Walmart, Wegmans, other grocery stores I know of, you're paying a pretty penny for your spices. Just like you would for these, like literally $2. Are you kidding me? Come on, because these flavors are so bomb. They're low in sodium, so if you add salt to your food, you don't have to worry about like really going over in regards to like the flavor itself. So I get the everything seasoning, and I also really like the ranch seasoning. And then my other favorite is the Italian zest. So these are like my top 3 favorites. I will like continuously order them, but they last me like 2 to 3 months, and I use them every single day. And I'm not kidding you. Like when I make my meals, like even at work, I get comments all the time. What are you eating? That smells so amazing. So like, check them out. I would highly recommend it because you don't got to worry about all these different flavor combinations. They've done it themselves already for you. So that's Flavor God seasonings, super good. They usually have deals, buy one, get one free. They also have $2 Tuesdays. So Tuesday's coming up. If you're looking to save yourself some money and put some bomb flavoring in your meal prep, definitely would recommend. So if you are, let's say you're not using the Flavor God seasonings, you're just using the basic seasonings, but you really have no idea where to start in the cooking department. Basic seasoning combination is garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and maybe some black pepper. And I'm telling you, it sounds so simple, and it is simple, and it's easy, and it still tastes bomb. So if you aren't using any of the Flavor God seasonings or don't plan on buying them, honestly, like just sprinkle some garlic powder on your shit and sprinkle some Italian seasoning on there. And depending on your flavor palette, depending on what the meal is, if you like a little bit of spice in your food, red pepper flakes. That will literally just add so much flavor to your meals, and I'm not even kidding you. Like, it's so simple. And like I said, all these has seasonings for like 50 cents a piece. So garlic powder, Italian seasoning, black pepper, and red pepper flakes, that's like $2 total. And the whole canister is probably gonna last you a couple months. So that's super bomb. Honestly, that covers a lot of how I wanted to kind of present this as a way to uncomplicate your meal prep, because like I said, I'm such a hack when it comes to meal prep. And also recently, something that I've been doing, I can actually show you guys this. So like here, like I said, with how like you don't have to assemble all of your meals by yourself. So like these are the strawberries that I've got cut up and washed. They're ready to go. I can snack on those anytime. And then here's my potatoes. If, you know, I want potatoes with chicken and asparagus, whatever, when I get home from work, they're already cooked for me. I don't have to worry about it. And I can also decide whether I want them to be like mashed potatoes on my plate, or if I want them to be kind of like fries, I can throw them in my Ninja grill, and it actually doubles as an air fryer. So that's super cool. That gives you a little bit more variety in your meals. So if you wanted mashed potatoes or if you wanted wedges, you have that feasibility, you have that option. So that's just something that I like to do. And then also something that I've been doing, actually was recommended to me by a friend. So these are little canisters for my peanut butter or almond butter. Almond butter has been one of my recent faves. And my fats are super high right now, so like I eat so much almond butter in a day, it's not even freaking funny. During prep, I actually had these little packets of peanut butter, packets of almond butter. They were like a tablespoon a piece, and they were super helpful for me at the time because it kept me adherent to only 1 tablespoon in a setting. It became very hard for me to have a jar around and not eat more than my allotted serving of the almond butter. So at the time, those were really great for me. But now, being out of prep and having more of an allotment of peanut butter to eat, it was kind of getting expensive to keep buying the packets for traveling, for like on the go purposes. So like throwing a packet of that in my bag for my snack at work. It was kind of just getting like not really realistic in regards to the financial aspect of it, because I was buying 7 times as much as I was during prep. So these little canisters, I can weigh out my peanut butter and put it right in there, and I can bring it to work. No questions asked. It's so easy, and I can manipulate it. So like I can bring 1 tablespoon or 1.5 tablespoons or 2 tablespoons, like 4 tablespoons, like, no, I'm just kidding, mostly. But anyways, yeah, so like these have been really great. I got these at Wegmans, and I think it was like a pack of 4, but they're really great, and I really like those. And then, you know, sometimes I throw in some Protein bars, really lately I've been loving the Think brand bars. I also really like Quest bars and Built bars, but my problem with Quest bars currently is that the fiber content is so high, it just doesn't work out for me. I'm eating so much food right now that like I don't need the extra fiber, so I'm avoiding those. But then the Think bars, I can show you guys those too because those are really fucking good. These. This is like my favorite flavor. I honestly like really look forward to these. And I like those because they're high fat, high carbs and high proteins, but they don't have any of the fiber in them. So honestly, it helps me meet my macros, and they taste really bomb. They're really like easy for me to eat on a snack. And they make it so that I don't really exceed my fiber needs at this point. So that's really kind of it. If you guys have any other questions on anything, I'd be happy to help. Just shoot me a message. Drop your comment in this video, or you can shoot me a message directly. Seems how this video is already like completed, I would probably just talk with you on a one-on-one basis on any other questions that you have. But I guess like my major point that I wanted to make here is don't overcomplicate it. Think about the foods that you like to eat. Think about the foods that you typically eat on a daily basis, or honestly just the healthy foods that you enjoy, and how you can take at least an hour of your time, honestly, even if it's just increments of like 30 minutes over the weekend or whatever it is what days that you have off. It's really going to save you a lot of time in the long run, and it's really going to save you a lot of money. It's going to help you feel like you are more on track towards your goals, because you are, but you're also being proactive in what you need to do with your nutrition to reach your goals. So yeah, keep it simple. Think about where you want to spend time on like pre-made or pre-packaged foods versus money. So like I said, with that rice, I choose to spend a little bit more money on this per portion compared to buying a box of it and making it, just because I'm not good at making the box of rice. So really it just comes down to what you find feasible for whatever food it is. So I hope this was helpful. And if you guys want to see more stuff like this, I'm happy to present on it. Like, nutrition is my shit. So I'm happy to help you guys understand things a little bit better, and to also understand that it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. It doesn't have to take you all damn day to prep your food. And it doesn't have to be boring either. So that's what I wanted to share. Hope this was helpful. And DM me any other questions that you guys have on anything related to meal prep. XOXO.